Man, oh man, what is good, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more CSGO news, the second technical CSGO news episode for today. I'll also be back here tomorrow, guys, breaking down some other things. But despite all the NiP stuff going on, if you guys did not catch that, both my video as well as Richard Lewis's video are currently out. So I will link both those down below for all of you guys. He has now released the full VOD as of me speaking, and I greatly encourage you guys, if you want to know all the details for yourself, you can watch my summary, or more importantly, you can watch the entire thing word for word on his channel. And despite that, though, there was other big CSGO news that did happen the past couple of days, brought to us by kNg. So we'll break that down. I'll be back here tomorrow, though, to break down more of the NiP stuff, because before it is over, I guarantee you guys there will be several episodes on here to clarify the entire situation, because they have responded and things are only going to get more controversial based off what Epsilon did say on Twitter. There still seems to be many lies out there on the NiP side of things. So let's break it down, though. Brought to us by kNg first, and now confirmed by several sources out there. One of the biggest changes we will probably see post-major after Starlighter Berlin, that being kNg to join the MiBR lineup. And I'm going to be one of the excited fans out there. You guys can be questionable, you guys can be concerned, and you would definitely be rightfully so, because this guy, that being kNg, he has a past, okay? We all know that. The cops being involved with, of course, the FNS and the death threat situation, or the physical violence situation, that did not help his case. And of course, his altercation with Thorn as well on Twitter is not helping him. There's a few other instances on top of that. Some people out there seem to think he was the ultimate demise for Immortals and 100 Thieves. I'm not really sure about that background, guys, but he definitely has a story, and one that a lot of us are not really approving of. But I do think everyone out there, despite their past, can turn a leaf, and I will give him a fourth. I will give him another chance. I don't think his actions inside the game or around the game itself have actually affected the teams he's been a part of, but like I said before, there are certainly actions he has taken outside the game which have affected the teams he's been a part of, which people have worried about, and again, rightfully so. But this will be him replacing kNg, now confirmed first by kNg and other sources out there as well. It should happen post-major, and I'm going to be excited about this, you know, especially when you think about currently right now for the major run, INTS is in the minor third place play-in bracket, and they should have a fairly good chance to land one of those spots. And so we will see how good kNg is, and I think a large portion of their success is going to be attributed to this guy. I don't think a lot of us out there doubt his talent. A lot of us out there doubt his personality and his constant way to supposedly, from an outside view, into some people out there, kind of downfall a lot of the teams he takes a part in. This could be a huge rejuvenation for MiBR. Is it the right selection, though, are two entirely different questions, or two entirely different topics. We're going to find it out, though, thanks to kNg and other sources out there. It should be kNg joining the MiBR roster. It's just really crazy to think about. You know, back in the day when it was Immortals, it was actually Noah Winston throughout the entire instance, because he was once up top for the Immortals before they were then acquired by Immortals Gaming Club after they became MiBR. It's confusing, but back in the day when he first ran the roster with kNg and the whole instance did happen, he said kNg would never be welcomed back to the Immortals organization. Little did he know, now full circle, it's actually Noah Winston, no longer a part of Immortals Gaming Club when they did rebrand, and now we have kNg semi back in the Immortals organization because the Immortals Gaming Club is now operating MiBR. I don't know if any of what I just said made sense to you guys, but to someone like me, it's kind of funny. And so kNg is now back. Can he prove himself? Let's cross our fingers that MiBR does not fall to bits. And speaking very quickly on the NiP issue, guys, I'll be back here tomorrow morning to break down their response, which is very, very controversial and very contradictory, as you guys probably expected, with all the things, all the allegations that Epsilon did state. And again, my video will be linked down below alongside Richard's. Well, you can obviously expect that there's no way NiP can deny everything he did say, and that is certainly true. But speaking very quickly on Maikelele's story, I could devote an entire video to this guy, because we know he's been screwed over by several organizations out there. NiP, well, it was one of them. He has now come forward and actually mentioned back to the 2014 DreamHack Major, he was told after the major by NiP that he did not deserve the same amount of sticker money as his teammates because he was the new guy. Can you imagine that flying today? And I hope other organizations today do not do this, and all of a sudden we have a lot of names thrown out there of teams who all of a sudden are doing this because the new guy does not deserve the same portion of sticker money as his teammates who he plays alongside. That's pretty crazy to think about, that your in-game performance would then affect the percentage of sticker sales you get, because imagine how lopsided teams like Vitality would be. And that's not to take a jab at Vitality, okay? You have one of the best players in the world, but just put that in reference, right? Back then in 2014, they told him after they attended the major, hey, by the way, man, you're the new guy, so we're not going to give you near as much as everyone else because, you know, that's just how it should be. So he accepted it because, again, what is he going to say? No, he's a young player. He's new to the organization, and if he thinks he's going to get kicked if he says no. He actually later on did get kicked very shortly after anyway, so maybe he should have fought back. But it's disgusting to see NiP doing this kind of thing, and with all the allegations out there, I feel like it's okay to say disgusting, because I think some disgusting things are going to come forward, if not from CSGO, from other esports. This is just the beginning of NiP and what could be a little bit of a downturn for the organization. Do I think it's going to ruin them? No. People forgive, people forget, but these things are going to come out, and we're going to break them down here on the channel. Maikelele, I am sorry for what you went through, man, because it seems he has been going through these kind of tough times in Counter-Strike ever since 2014. And also, very lastly in CSGO news, two other small stories out there, guys. First of us, brought to us by 3clickphil. I will link his video down below for all of you guys. The War of the Workshop. Now, people brought this to my attention, I'm sure to a lot of people's attention out there over the past many months, and could be even farther back than that. The takeover of the workshop from scammers and bot spammers. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, pretty much all of the great things out there, the original creations and a lot of good creations out there, have been massively downvoted by bots, which 3clickphil does bring up to point. Alongside that, though, they get taken over by these spammed accounts, or these spam upvoted accounts of obvious scams. Now, obviously, people like you and me don't fall for this stuff, but if you have so many of them, yes, there are going to be a few people who do fall for them, because you can't even go 10 minutes. According to the video, it was pretty crazy. You even watch the clock be rolling every 10 minutes or so. You can't even stop these things from actually topping the list of the workshop, or your recommended, or your suggested. They pop up on the front page all the time, and I'm sure we have all seen them, and that is a huge issue. Now, thankfully, though, the 3clickphil, he was actually talking about a map creator, a pretty good map as well. It's the same creator who actually created Classic Offensive. He had a map creation that was getting massively downvoted. Valve has responded to that, so I assume Valve has now seen his video, and hopefully will be having some sort of solution to all of these scams being on top of the Steam Workshop, which is it's an incredibly big issue. So if you guys want to help support that, 3clickphil video will be down below. Apparently, Valve has seen it, though. They must be aware of it, so hopefully things will be fixed, because scamming has been one of the biggest issues in CSGO for the longest of time, and this has been also on top of that. So thank you, 3clickphil, for your great work, and hopefully things will be done by Valve. But when it comes to Valve, you just never know. And then very lastly, Epsilon CSGO roster has now been finally let go. I have no idea if they'll be returning to CSGO with another roster. It seems they've had some tumultuous times over there for quite a few years. Ever since I actually first got into CSGO, I've been covering the Epsilon roster. I think for quite some time, a couple of years ago, we thought, hey, this Swedish roster, this might be the one. Then, of course, they had the Smooya incident, where they had actually started Smooya, then they put him on the bench, and all of a sudden, Smooya realized the contract he signed, once he was benched, they could pay him a lot less. Kind of funny, because it connects to the NiP story. With Florent actually did state in their contract they could actually make players inactive at any time they wanted to, and they could pay them nothing. They could actually take away their entire salary, all the prize pool money, whenever they wanted to, which was even worse than what Epsilon did to Smooya. So tying this back, guys, a pretty decent roster, I would say, out there has now been let go. I'm really curious where they will go after that. But on top of that, very curious where Epsilon will go for the future as well. The once former Swedish build team has certainly seen better times. They have now let go another CSGO roster. Where they will go in the future is the giant question going forward. As always, my name is Jake. I hope you guys all enjoy this crazy day of CSGO, and I'll be back here tomorrow with even crazier stuff. Let it all come out, guys. Let it all soak in that not every organization is perfect, as the stories do keep on piling up about NiP, and we will see exactly what is exposed about them. Until next time, guys, take care, drink some coffee. I'll see you soon.